Hi team, today we're going to be doing a session about goalkeeping, and we're also going to focus on global goal number 1, which is no poverty. For today's session you're going to need a football. If you have a skipping rope for the warm-up, that would be great. If not, an imaginary one. And if you have a few little balls or some oranges or something, then that will also be useful. If you've got more than one football, that will also be good for some of the drills. But if you haven't got any of that, don't worry, just yourself. That's the main thing. Congratulations for coming along today and being motivated to do something active. Brilliant. We're going to start in about 1 minute. So get your stuff ready. 4 minutes. Oh, I thought time flies when you're home. Let us know where you're watching from today. It's always good for us to know who we're training with. Sometimes we have people from England, from Denmark. We're here in Chile. We're looking forward to today's session. Gonna get nice and warmed up. Hope your week's going well so far. Halfway through the week now. Hope you've been having a go at some of our brave challenges. They're all on our Instagram, Facebook, website and YouTube. Yesterday we did one, the rainbow flick, this one. So have a go at that one, it's quite an advanced skill. That's the zigzag zebra. And got a new challenge for you guys today, so I'll film that after I've done this live stream. Are we ready to go yet, Luke? 1 minute. I'm very happy to announce that we've got a cameraman today. It was really hard doing the live stream on Monday by myself. I have a lot of technical issues with the camera, so I'm glad to be filmed by someone else today. Okay, the countdown begins. 1 minute to go. Do you know if anyone's watching yet, Goose? Hopefully. Oh well, even if it's... Oh, 3! Okay, we're going to begin. So, I was thinking of a warm-up that we can do to warm up our upper body and our arms. So, although I am by no means a boxing trainer, I've not done much boxing in my life, and I don't think I would ever win a boxing match. Today I'm going to attempt a boxercise style warm-up. Okay, so to start with, let's have our hands looking correct. So in the few occasions that I have been boxing, you must tuck your fingers in, and your thumb goes on the outside, because if you were to punch for real, then you'll want the thumb on the outside so that you don't crush it with the force of your punch. This is what I remember from my boxing class that I went to once. Start with your fists low, and then you're going to use the propulsion from your arm and twist, and so that your hand finishes like that, nice and flat. Okay, but today we're not going to be punching anyone, don't worry. Hopefully not. If you're doing this with someone at home, try not to punch anyone. So what we're going to do is going to alternate between skipping and boxing. Okay, the warm-up, as always, is going to be a bit of a abridged one, because normally you'd want to be warming up for like 15-20 minutes, but I've not got that much time with you, so I'm just going to condense it down. If you want to repeat the session, then you could extend it a bit. So let's start with our skipping. Hopefully you've been practicing your skipping from our first, I think it was our first session that I did a skipping warm-up. So let's just do normal skipping with 2-footed jump. See if you can rotate in a circle as you go. You'll notice that my feet don't go that far off the ground. Nice controlled jumps. Okay, just see how long you can maintain it for. It's really good exercise skipping. Okay, so then we'll take a break from the skipping and do a few punches. So we're going to go, you need to be still moving on the balls of your feet, and we're going to do like a cross punch across your body. So imagine you're in some kind of 70s Zumba class right now. Any frustration from the week? Hope you've got some nice music on, your favourite tunes. So this is not only warming up your arms, but also your pectorals and your shoulder muscles, and also a bit of your abdominals with the twist, obliques here. So you could start like that and then just gradually increase that range of movement. And I'm even using a bit of my hips here. I remember the boxing coach saying that you need to drive from your legs, like that. Okay, back to the skipping. If you don't have a skipping rope, don't worry, you can do an imaginary skipping rope, which you will look a bit silly, but no one's watching. Okay, let's mix up the skipping now, so we're going to kind of run the rope, so 1 foot at a time. What's the longest you can do in a row? Try and go a bit faster if you can. Okay, back to our punching. So this time we're going to go almost like 180 degrees, so like that, to the side. No idea, this is a recognised punching move, but it is now. So full body rotation. Getting our upper body nice and warmed up, and also using a bit of power from our legs. You can imagine you're in the boxing ring. Okay, back onto our rope. This time we're going to be doing some hopping, so 1 foot. Really good for the ankle strength, the proprioceptors in your ankle, and swap. Hope that's going well. I'm on quite a run here. Quite tiring. Okay, great. Now we're going to, I remember from my boxing class, one hand needs to protect your face, and the other hand's going to do a jab, like that. So we're going to do 5 and then swap. So nice on the balls of your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going to combine them. So I'm going to go jab and then punch. Ready? Jab, punch. Also you step through, I think, with the other leg. So jab, punch. Maybe now I'm doing some kind of martial art. Not very well. Jab, punch, jab, punch, jab. Weight comes through. Other side. Jab, punch. It's a bit harder on this side. Jab, punch. Jab, punch. I have to look into some YouTube classes of proper boxing. Okay, back to our skipping. Last one. Let's try a bit of crossover skipping. So you cross the rope like that. Skip and cross. You can also do this if you have your imaginary rope. Skip, cross. It's going really well. Skip, cross. Here's the hard one. Okay, punching. Let's do some uppercuts, I think they're called. So, like that. Just looks like you're doing some really stupid running. Cameraman's enjoying watching that. Okay, and sideways. Okay, nice. I think we're warmed up. Everyone's looked quite silly practicing that. Yeah, hope you're ready for action now. You can do a few more dynamic stretches if you want to. Otherwise, we'll get into our session. So goalkeeping today. Here's our session plan. the first thing we're going to focus on is some hand-eye coordination and reaction time games. Ideally these are done with a partner, so if you've got someone to play with, or if you can persuade anyone from your house to get involved, just to throw some balls back at you. Basically, you're going to be testing your brain and the coordination by doing different things with the different balls. So one of you is going to be bouncing the ball and one's throwing. The next one throws low and one throws high. And this one is the hardest one. One starts with it in their right hand, throws it down, and then receives it with their left. It's like a rotation. So let's have a go at some of these. So you're going to need 2 balls. Okay, so the first one we're going to do, one goes high, one goes low. Okay, we're going to try this. Good multitasking from Goose. So I'm such an eager goose. I'm going to go high, you're going to go low, Goose. Ready? Let's just go. So I'm going high, Goose goes low, I go high, Goose goes low. I'm on the balls of my feet, so I'm ready for action. I'll go high. At least a lot of balls. We could even do this with a big ball. If you've got 2 big balls at home, that's obviously more match realistic. So I'm going high, Goose is going low, high, low, high, low. Okay, so the idea is that you'd have both the balls going at the same time. It's quite hard to do it while we're filming. So this one's going high, this one goes low, high, like that. Okay, let's try the next one. So this one, I don't know if these bounce that well. Okay, so imagine Goose is bouncing, I'm going to be throwing them back. I think we can't achieve the bounce. Okay, so or you could even do this against a wall maybe, if you haven't got anyone to practice with. And let's see so imagine one ball's coming in, bounce. All the time I'm going to be on the balls of my feet, just like in a match, so I'm ready to react. Okay, and then the next one, the one I mentioned where you start with it in your left side, you pass it across your body, and then you're going to throw like down the line, so the ball would travel like this. Goose receives it on his left, travels across to the right, and then passes it to me. Okay, ready? Lucky we got a few. So left to right, pass, left to right, pass, left to right, pass. Oh yeah. Left to right, oh sorry, left to right. And then if you find this too easy, you can do it where you change directions every 3. Let's try that. So right, left, pass, right, left, pass, right, left, pass. Now we're swapping, left, right, pass, left, right, pass. So you could do this against a wall, left, right, pass. Okay, great. So now I've got my next challenges coming up. These ones are more individual challenges. So we've got the 2-ball bounce challenge, the 2-ball balance challenge, and juggling to do. So juggling is going to be interesting. So let's start with the 2-ball bounce challenge. So clues in the name. Going to need 2 balls. So one ball is going to come in, and using your other ball, you're going to try and bounce the ball. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. How many have you got? Have a go at home. Let us know in the comments how many you got. And also if you can press share while you're watching it, that'll be really helpful, because then we will get to reach more people and hopefully brighten people's days if they're bored in lockdown. Let's try again. Let's beat 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No! Okay. Next one we're going to try is the 2-ball balance. It's a bit trickier, especially because I've only got 1 football. Also, this football's in extreme danger due to the puppy that lives next door. But if you've got 2 balls of the same size, it's better. I'm going to try. Right, ready? It's really hard. Let's try the other way around. It's so hard with a small one. Oh yeah, look. So this could take you a whole day practicing. Let me see if I can do it with two small balls. That's even harder. So you can challenge yourself. Next one, I'll just grab this ball over here. So I thought juggling could be a good one for goalkeepers as well, just to get the hand-eye coordination. So if you've got 3 balls, 3 oranges or 3 apples in your house, the basic technique of juggling, as far as I'm aware, is throw one up and then pass the other one across like a triangle. So you start with 2. Okay. Okay, and then let's see if I can do 3. Oh. Woohoo! So this could be a great lockdown challenge to try and learn to juggle in the rest of the time that we've got quarantine. You can even do it in a smaller area. So if there's any budding goalies out there, maybe this is a good way to keep your hand-eye coordination going during lockdown. Try one more time. Woohoo! Okay, now the bit you've all been waiting for, diving. So I am not a pro goalie at all. I'm really rubbish in goal actually. But I'm going to show you the basics of diving that I show to kids. Starting on our knees, we're going to go to the side, so your hip goes on the ground. One hand goes behind the ball, one hand goes on top. Once you've got your 2 hands on the ball's secure. In the rules of football, once the goalie's got 2 hands, it's safe. I'm then going to kind of hug the ball to my chest and protect it using my legs and my arms so that the opposition can't get it. So it's a bit like in rounders where you want to put, or cricket, you want to put your hands behind the ball and on top to catch it. So let's have a go at that. So what you'll need is someone or a wall to pass the ball to the side. And we're going to start on our knees. Okay. I've got some nice wet grass for this. So my leg goes out for balance. One hand behind the ball like this, one hand on top, and then I'm going to hug it in, so I'm protecting it from all sides. Let's go again. So make sure it's going nice and wide, and then I tuck it in. It's quite fun actually, although I'm soaking wet now. Hand behind the ball and tuck in. So I hope you're having some fun doing this at home. Hopefully not on a hard floor. Okay, so hopefully this is good training, even if you're not a goalkeeper, in case your goalie ever gets injured and you have to jump in. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, then if you want to progress that, you can do it from crouching here. But maybe it's good if you have some soft mats for that one. And then obviously you'd progress to doing it from standing, which I'm not going to show you today. Same! Okay, so hopefully you have some fun with that. You can, what I'd suggest is if you've got 2 willing people or one other opposition, make 2 goals and then just practice rolling the ball at each other to have a go at diving, and then you can make it competitive by trying to bowl the ball as quick as you can into either corner to make them have to react. There's loads of reaction time games you can do as well, where for example, this is just like running reaction time. You can, if we put the the rainbow ball, let's call it, a yellow ball and a red ball, and then you have to react as quick as you can and touch them. This is like getting ready for goalie reaction times. So the first pattern we're going to do is going to be red and then yellow. So ready? So, or what I'll do is I'll say the colour to you. You need objects of different colours, or you could use like left and right if you don't have anything colourful. And then you need to react as quickly as you can. So I'm on the balls of my feet, so heels off the ground, so I can react quickly. Ready? So red then yellow. So red, touch, yellow, and then back in the middle. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go rainbow and yellow. Next one, red. Okay, so if you're doing this on your yoga mat, as I know Micah will be, you can do like left side, right side, and just practice reacting really quickly. So yeah, there's some few goalkeeper reaction time type ideas. So let's just recap what we've been doing today. So we looked at hand-eye coordination and reaction time using two balls. So we had the bounce pass and flat pass. We have the high pass and a low pass. And then we've got going from left to right in a rotation. Then there's 3 challenges for you to try. The 2-ball bounce, the 2-ball balance, which is very hard with balls of different sizes as we found out, and juggling. Send us in a video if you want to try any of these at home. Might be good for kids as well, for their PE. Remember, we're always going to be ready on the balls of our feet, low centre of gravity, bend your knees. And then for diving, start with practicing on your knees. Get someone to roll the ball either side of you, and then practice getting your hip down, nice and confident. One hand above the ball, one hand to the behind it to stop it going in, and then hug the ball to protect it. And then you can progress to crouch start and even standing. So that's my very basic introduction to goalkeeping. I hope you enjoy it. Now I'll just, we've got to do the core strength challenge. Okay, so today's core strength challenge is a bit more gymnastic, and it's inspired by Dee, who's one of Team Brave's core members. So thank you very much, Dee. Dee did a cartwheel challenge a couple of weeks ago, and it's already inspired loads of people. Well done, Dee. She's a legend, and she always does so much for other people, so thank you, Dee. Hope you're watching so you can hear this. And Dee inspired one of the local teams in the Bristol Women's Casual League called Portishead Possets, and they actually filmed a video of loads of them doing cartwheels. So that's really, really cool. We've put it up on our Instagram if you want to check it out. So today's challenge, again for your core, is doing cartwheels. So yeah, I'll have a go. So it's also going to be good for your arms as well. Hopefully you've been practicing all your handstands. Okay, so the idea is, let's see if we can do a cartwheel, maybe we can do 2 in a row. I think mine may be a grey area between my cartwheels and a handspring. I think if you land with 2 feet together it's a handspring, and 1 at a time is a cartwheel, so. Ta-da! I can actually only do it on one side. Okay, get dizzy. Okay, so you have a practice of this. Hopefully you've got some space to do this. It's just a bit of fun to mix it up so that we're not always doing sit-ups and press-ups. Okay, let's try and do 2 in a row. This is not going to be graceful. 1, 2, oh no, I'm dizzy. Okay, so let us know how many cartwheels you can do in a row. Anyone had a go at that? I hope you've enjoyed trying, and I hope no household ornaments have been injured or destroyed in the process. So again, check out the videos of Dee doing the cartwheel and also the team that did it this morning. They're really, really, really good video to watch. Okay, so enjoy the cartwheel. You can add it to our long list of core strength exercises now. Okay, just take you over to look at goal number 1. Anyone know what it is? Goal number 1 is, find it on the ball, no poverty. So this encompasses quite a lot of the other goals, I think, really fundamental. Let's find out some information. So, done my research for you guys. So, the United Nations Development Programme, they define extreme poverty as people living on less than $1.90 per day. So that's, imagine like their breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything like electricity, water, is less than $1.90. So I don't know about where you live, but in Chile you definitely can't buy a coffee for less than $1.90, and people are living on that per day. It's really sad. So 736 million people still live in extreme poverty, which is 10% of the world's population. So if you imagine, if you take the world account of people, then 1 in 10 of them will be living in extreme poverty, which is really awful, especially in 2020. And even sadder is that half of the people living in poverty are actually under 18. So there's so many kids. So like, yeah, around 350 million kids living in poverty. So as always, a bit more positive, a focus on a global goal team that has focused on this goal. So this time I looked at the Poverty Alleviation Warriors from Uganda. They are a team of female lawyers and entrepreneurs from Uganda, and what they did is they raised awareness of the global development goals through football and showcasing what they were doing as part of the Global Goals World Cup. They'd also love to host a Global Goals World Cup in Uganda, which would be really cool. I'd love to go to that. So yeah, they did a really, really good showcasing around Uganda, and also going out to the rest of the world about what everyone can do to contribute to reducing poverty. Because that 736 million people, so 1 in 10 people in the world, that's a staggering amount. So hopefully everyone can do something, whether that's donating to food banks or donating to charities. There's always something we can do. So that just about wraps it up for today's session. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, please feel free to comment in the comments now if you need any help with anything. And then the next session I'm doing is on Friday, which is going to be tricks and flicks. So I'll try and teach you some cool new ways of getting the ball in the air, and maybe if you want to send in any tricks that you'd like to learn, just let us know. I've got a session on Sunday and then a Spanish session on Mondays for the next few weeks, every Monday, so you can also learn some Spanish. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and hope you've enjoyed it. Bye.